This weekend, I competed in a Jiu Jitsu tournament at purple belt heavyweight. Now, I've done well in the past at my age, so I decided to challenge myself, compete 2 age divisions lower than my actual age bracket. Now, was this too much of a challenge for me, or was my competition level just right this time? In this video, I got the match footage and I'm breaking down the positives and negatives for you so you can see the match for yourself. I'm also just discussing some of the biggest things that I could have done differently leading up to this tournament and what I plan to do moving forward. And if you're ready for that, Valley Club, find that like button. Let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Hello, Valley Club. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I'm Paul, also known as ValleyFlyin. Normally, we're talking about video games on this channel, Marvel Strike Force, some other games that I like to play, but what I'm really, truly passionate about is Jiu Jitsu, improving my Jiu Jitsu technique. And from time to time, I compete and we post these competition videos. We posted every single one of my competition videos on this channel with commentary. So if you do want to go back and check out some of my previous matches, see how I've developed over the years, how my game is hopefully improved, check out the playlist there for all my Jiu Jitsu videos. But this weekend there was another Jiu Jitsu tournament and I wanted to get a little harder for myself. So instead of competing in my normal age category, which is the Masters 4 age category for individuals 46 to 50, I went down 2 age classes and competed in a Masters 2 age category, which is for individuals 36 to 40. So about 10 years difference in the age categories. Now I've previously moved down to Masters 2 in previous tournaments when there's been nobody in my age bracket, but this time I saw someone that I lost to in one of these previous tournaments at that Masters 2 category. So I moved down to Masters 2 on purpose. One, to challenge myself. Another, I wanted to face him again because he's given me good matches in the past and I wanted to kind of gauge my progress versus his progress. So we competed in Masters 2, and the only difference this time than the previous times, there were people in my age category. There's people in the Masters 4 age category, but I bypassed them. I wanted to move down. There's actually even people in the Masters 3, 1 age category below. And but no, I wanted to go down to Masters 2 to fight the person that I lost to previously. Unfortunately, a couple days before the tournament, he pulled out. And it wasn't a good training camp for me either. Some of you guys that follow me on Twitter may have seen this post. Now, leading up to the tournament, 2 weeks before this, I dislocated my finger. I actually thought I broke it and I was very sad, but when we saw this x-ray, saw it was just dislocated. But all right, maybe I can still compete. And this happened on April 17th, 2 weeks before the tournament, which happened on April 29th. So right about there. And at this point, I think, all right, there's a couple things I could do. I could pull out of the tournament, and I did want to wait as long as possible before I made that decision because I knew that we'd be busy during this summer. I wouldn't be able to get a lot of prep time, so probably not competing until after the summer. So long time till my next tournament. So I wanted to stay in this tournament if possible. And once I made that decision, I could have either taped it up and kept training and do my normal comp prep. Normally with my competition, I like to really go hard 2 weeks before the tournament. And then the week of the tournament starts to shut it down, just get some light rolls, get some timing done. But I could have done that. I didn't do that. I actually stopped my training. I didn't train to let it heal, to see if I could get this finger usable, because this is where I want to do my chokes. This is where I lead my stand-up with this hand, and I wanted to make sure that it could still go. So that Friday was able to test it, or that Saturday was able to test it. I was like, all right, I could switch some things. I could play left-handed, not play right-handed, and I could still do this. Was able to do that, and the finger felt good. Unfortunately, my stamina was not very good. Also got a slight injury in my elbow on that Monday, so as I was starting to ramp it up late, I had to shut it down again. So didn't really get good training 2 weeks prior to the tournament. And in previous tournaments, one of the big issues for me was nerves and getting this big adrenaline dump. And what I would do to combat that, the previous 3 tournaments where I did really well, I had a really good warm up. What I was able to do is get my heart rate up super high about an hour before match time, do some rolling, and then about a half an hour before match time, just shut it down, relax, get everything down. And that has stopped the adrenaline dump for me. This tournament, I did not get that. When I went up to do some warm up, there was no mask to warm up on. I was trying to sprint back and forth, but that wasn't really getting my heart rate as high as I wanted. And I just felt like if I kept doing that, I would get blisters on my feet during the match. So I stopped doing that. And I felt kind of lost before the match. So I didn't get the warm up. It wasn't good lead up. So wasn't the best circumstances, but screw it. I've done a lot of training. Let's go. Let's put this on. So this is the match here. As we start the match, in progress already. Only person filming this was my wife from the sidelines, and he's a seasoned competitor. He actually beat the person that I wanted to fight. The person dropped out, and this was the first match here. And he actually established grips really fast. I'm trying to not use my right because that's the finger that's dislocated. I'm trying to do a left-handed grip, but he's stopping that left-hand grip with that sleeve that he has. So you can see I'm really trying to move my left hand, but he has that sleeve grip, and it looks kind of neutral. We both have collar grips, but he has a sleeve grip, so he's winning this stand-up. I'm trying to get low. I'm not getting the angle that I want. I didn't get any of the angles I want. He has a really good defensive stand-up, which really shut down my game, and I'm playing it into his game. I have to make a decision. Either try to do something risky or just play into his game. He pulls guard here, and he still has my sleeve. He actually has my ankle now, so he's really limiting my movement. I try to go to that side, but he has my ankle, so he sweeps me. Unfortunately for me, he doesn't get on top, so doesn't get points, but he does sweep me. Now I'm trying to get rid of the ankle grip. I got rid of the ankle grip. Now I'm trying to go into the pass, but I don't pin his hip down with my right hand. He's able to come up, wrestle up, and he gets the sweep points there. So he's up by 2 at this point. He's doing a good job using his head, controlling my posture. I'm able to get to turtle and fight. Now I can't drive right into him because he does have a guillotine grip in here. If I drive into him too hard, he's gonna choke me out. So I gotta be patient. I gotta break the grips before I could go in. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm fighting the grips on his hand so he can't choke me. And I get a leg, but he sprawls. He gets the leg back. He's looking for the guillotine again. I take him to the side, which is the wrong side. He actually can finish on this side, but I feel that it's not tight, so I keep trying to force out. Finally break his grip there, and I start to get on top, but the ref called it, and we are out of bounds. I wish this was in bounds, and we could have kept fighting, but we're out of bounds, and I'm tired at this point. He actually looks a little tired too, but he has a much deeper gas tank. He's younger than me. He's actually not Masters 2. He's actually dropping down in age category as well. He's in the Masters 3 category, and so he's about 5 or so years younger than me. But he's very tough guy, very strong. And I actually asked the ref here, where are we gonna start? Because I wanted to start on the ground. Is what I want to do because I know he's more athletic, stronger than me. Want to connect him so I can slow down the pace. But yeah, we're starting standing again, and this is not what I want to do. Like I said, he does a good job of making me play his game. I try to find the grips again, try to find the grip advantage, and don't get the grip I want. I know he's going to come in fast for that grip, and he actually still gets that right-handed grip, so he's still forcing me to play with my right hand. I try to do a few things to circle under. I get a underhook there, but he still has that elbow grip on my left hand. I'm not able to really establish what I want. I get my head to the place that I want. I get the collar tie that I want, and he's able to move me back. I really want to control his posture with my head on his head, but he's stopping me from doing that. One, from his grip, and he's a very defensive fighter, and makes you play his game and makes you make a mistake. So I'm going for I see a leg again there. Don't get a good grip on it to try to do a single leg there. But I do get his head down really low, so I try to sweep him, but the problem is I let his head up before I do that sweep, and he's able to capture a leg there. And at this point, actually, let's rewind this because this is embarrassing without some context there. So he does have the leg here, and at this point, I'm thinking I'm in trouble. He has my leg. He's gonna take me down. Luckily, he doesn't drive into me. And I remember there was a sweep that I used to do that you reach over the person, you drop down, and you can use that leg to flip them over. But what I need to do is get my hips right under his hips, and that is not what happens here. I drop straight back because that's not, and he actually removes the hook, so it looks really bad. He gets takedown points right there. He still has the grip. I'm in a bad position. He's in a good position to pass, and he gets the takedown. He gets the pass, so pretty much just give him 5 points with that sloppy takedown attempt. I don't even know what that move is. I haven't drilled that for about over a year, so some of the techniques was really bad on that takedown attempt, but I saw what I needed to do. So I'm going for the underhook here. He does have that position that I basically spotted him extra 5 points. So now he's up 7-0, and I get to turtle again so I can try to wrestle up so I could get a position there. He does a good job keeping his legs away and not allowing me to get his legs. I'm fighting those grips again so he can't guillotine me. Do manage to get this back to the feet. He actually sprawls there, breaks my base again, but try to pummel up, wrestle up again, and try to get this back to the feet. I'm stopping his hands there. I don't want his hands to connect to start a guillotine. And he actually has a grip there, and I look for the leg. The ref breaks it. I'm not sure if he broke it before or after we got to the there. But now I'm down. I'm down 7-0. There's only a few seconds left. Thinking, how do I get this guy to the ground and submit him with just that time? So now it gets very, very sloppy because I'm desperate. And my A game, I can't do my A game. I went to like my C or D game and that didn't work well. So now I just try to break his base again. I know I'm out of time. I got to do something. I'm seeing maybe I could get a grip here. Maybe I could choke him. Maybe I could get a leg, but he's doing a real good job of keeping me away, not letting me set up anything, not letting me get my angle here. I'm tired as heck, and there's not a lot of time remaining. So just try to do something here. Doesn't work very well. It's a sloppy trip there, and he gets on top. Doesn't get takedown points because we actually end up in my guard or a butterfly guard, and that is the match there. Tired as heck after this. I burned way too much energy. Like I said, didn't get that good warm up, so had that adrenaline dump here. I'm tired, he's tired, and unfortunately for me, fortunately for my opponent, there's nobody else on the mats here. So this is actually a few minutes after. If you watch this, I'm still breathing hard. My opponent here, there's only 3 in the bracket, so he hasn't had a match yet, but I'm dead tired here. I don't have a lot. If you look at the match before that, I'm still breathing hard right here. We start this. Now this opponent, I know he likes to pull guard, so I was watching for that. I don't have a lot left in my tank right now. I emptied it for the first guy. Didn't have a lot of time to recover. I think they gave me a few minutes. I think they may have given me my 5, but it didn't matter because I needed 10-15 minutes to recover. I'm not recovered yet. I think this match could have went very different if I was recovered, but I know I didn't have much energy left, so I need to make one big burst. He actually doesn't go to pull guard there. He pulls mount and gets a sweep there, so he gets sweep points there or takedown points. I'm not sure what. It's both scored the same way. Get back to turtle there. He does pass the guards, or almost past the guard. We get the half guard. And now it's time for one big burst. I'm looking for my opportunity. I'm trying to come up. I'm trying to get around and take his back. I have a deep underhook there. And I try to come up. There's my opportunity. There's my one big burst. He shuts that down. And now it's pretty much done. My gas tank was very close to E. Now it's totally on E. So I'm very, very tired. I've done a competitive match. I've had no warm-up. I had a bad warm-up. Had very little training for the previous 2 weeks, so my stamina is very low and my gas tank is empty. So now I'm just trying to rest, relax, trying to get my energy back before so I can make another move to try to get back on top. Unfortunately with this, he's not as tired and he's just taking advantage of this. So we actually go out of bounds here, so we gotta watch our hand position so that we could start in the same position in the middle of the match. As you can see, I'm not moving very quickly. That's about it. I remember there's a lot of times in this match, I'm like, there's space there. I gotta move, but my mind was saying, move, move, move. My body was saying, no. So I'm trying for the underhook again here instead of shrimping out or doing anything. Move my hips. You see, there's very little hip movement. Don't have a lot of energy left. I gotta wait for my opportunity, so I'm trying to conserve energy. I'm trying to improve my position without using a lot of energy here because, yeah, he's got a full gas tank. If I could have swept him and got on top, maybe I could have drained him a little, but that sweep was sloppy, or that sweep attempt was sloppy and it didn't work. So I burned a lot of energy there. I'm trying to fight that hand so he can't get head control over me, and I'm still trying to work that underhook. Don't have a lot of fight left, don't have a lot of movement. He gets mount there. He gets 3 more points. The points just start stacking up at this point. He starts just smashing me. And as he passes there, I look for other attempts. I make one burst there, and yeah, that is not successful. I don't get my leg under him. He's doing a good job keeping his right leg under my leg. I'm trying to move my leg under his to get to a better position. He goes to the side mount, which is a pretty dominant position for him. I'm not able to remove that. And yeah, there's not a lot of movement that I have right now. Normally I'd be bursting out, trying to get out of this, but I'm really trying to conserve my energy. He's just improving his position. And I think at this point, I'm like, all right, just don't get submitted. And as you know, once you get that mindset, you're not gonna win. And it's just gonna get worse from here. So he's in half guard. He puts his leg on mine and passes through my guard like it's a very, very easy guard to get through. He's got head control now. He's very low. He's starting to attack the arm. I protect the arm, try to connect again, but there's not much that I have left here. He has good control. He's someone that's competed a few different times before, and he's looked pretty good. He's someone that does go after a lot of attacks like this, and I like that he's going after all these attacks. He's setting up a bow and arrow choke now. I'm like, oh no, he's setting this up. What can I do to fight? I'm not really moving my hips because I'm dead tired, so I'm just fighting with my hands, and my hands aren't very strong right now. I know what he's setting up. I just can't do anything about it. He's getting that collar grip and trying to get to the other side of my collar. I stopped the first attempt. He shoves that hand and goes for it again. And now he fights it, and I think I ripped the hand off one more time there, and I get out one more time. But yeah, just draining my energy. My energy is almost done at this point. And he finally gets the tap there. Yeah, so he gets the second attempt there. So after that, I'm on the ground. I'm trying not to faint. I'm trying not to just die. So I take up my gi. I'm on the ground for what feels like 20, 30 minutes. I'm not sure how long it actually was, but it felt like a long time to me. I'm just like, I need to get my head straight, because every time I'd come up, I was have this splitting headache. I actually ended up throwing up. My first opponent comes up to me and is like, man, they should have given me more time, because he saw the way I performed against him, and against the second opponent, I was like, yeah. And then my first opponent actually goes and beats the second opponent. I'm not sure what happened in the match, because I'm laying in there just trying not to faint, but my friend said that the guy got demolished. So I don't know what happened, but those are his words, not mine. And got a couple regrets that I did want to talk about. So should I have competed even with the injury? I don't know. I don't know if I regret competing at all. I think if I had a better warm up, if I was able to do more hard rounds in practice, I still couldn't compete. So I don't regret competing. Masters 2, I haven't done very well at Masters 2. I'm still undefeated at my own age and my own weight, but looking back, I'm 1-7 at Masters 2. And 2 of the matches were totally uncompetitive because I've went in totally tired. And those were the only 2 times that I've really gotten dominated and tapped out. So I'm not sure if Masters 2 is the place for me. I mean, maybe it's time to move up to my current age, or not move down 2 age brackets, move down just 1 age bracket to make the fight's a little more even as far as the gas tanks of the competitors. My prep is where I really have some regrets. I've done pretty good in my previous tournaments, and I think I needed to ramp it up significantly if I'm going down in age group, because these guys have a lot bigger gas tanks than me. I didn't have the stamina. I didn't get as many hard rounds as I wanted this time because I just had some training partners injured. So I do regret that I didn't ramp up this training. I should have realized that the competition level, the gas tank, the stamina, the physicality of these competitors at Masters 2 was a lot more, and I should have trained a lot harder. And what I really miss is this shark tank, where I'm the person in the middle. One fresh person comes in, I have a round with them. Next time another fresh person comes in, I just go round after round after round with fresh people. That is something I think I needed for this tournament that I didn't do, so I do regret that. Another thing was my pre-match ritual. I had a bad warm-up. Like I said, I want to get my heart rate as high as possible before my matches, but wasn't able to do that this time. Just didn't have the focus enough to do that. So I need a better one. The other thing that I noticed that I didn't do, and I didn't notice it till after when we were eating, was I didn't eat. today. It's always weird for me eating during tournaments because I don't like to compete on an empty stomach, but I also need calories for energy. And I had a shake, so I did have some calories earlier in the day, but that was about noon. This match wasn't until 6 o'clock, so didn't have a lot of calories in my stomach to load that gas tank. I didn't think anything of it because I wasn't hungry. But when we're having dinner, it's like, oh, this is the first time I'm gonna eat. I'm so hungry. It's like, wait, you just had a tournament and you didn't eat? What are you thinking? Like, I don't know, I felt full. So I gotta figure that out. That is one thing I gotta do better. I have to make sure that I get a good warm up, stay focused, have that warm up, have that adrenaline dump early so I don't have a second match like I did here. And next time, maybe if I get an injury, pull out with that instead of either keep my training so I do have that match prep, or just pull out if I'm not going to be able to do that. So especially if I'm competing in Masters 2 with these guys with bigger gas tanks. So do have some regrets. We have some things I don't want to change. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully even with the loss, hopefully you enjoyed it, learned something from it, or at least were entertained by it. That is it though, guys. Don't really talk about Marvel Strike Force, like I said, on this channel. And if you do want some of that content or some of the other tournaments that I do plan to do, I don't plan to stop competing, but like I said, we're going away for the summer. So the next tournament may not be until late August, early September timeframe, if there is something around then. So that is it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.